Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. How are y'all doing? Welcome. Y'all, we got to get into it. There's a lot going on with this Diddy documentary. 50 Cent, he really just set the whole internet on fire, y'all. So there's a couple of things that we're gonna get into. Hey, Miss Red, how are you? Welcome in the building, Miss Red. Welcome in. How are you doing? I hope you're doing great on this Wednesday evening. Yes, y'all. How's it going, y'all? 50 Cent is on Troll Patrol, as we all know. Let me see if I can put this down a little bit. Hold on just a second, you guys. Uh, how you doing, Miss? Oh, I'm about to drop the camera. Okay, there we go. Got my little fan, my little bestie. Um, yeah. 50 Cent. He is on Troll Patrol. Terrible. Oh, Miss Red, you say you doing terrible, or this is terrible. This is crazy, but y'all know I am ready and laughing at all this stuff that 50 Cent is doing because 50 Cent is diabolical, y'all. It is crazy. Welcome in the building. Hey, my baby Jabil Peterson says salute, baby. Shout out to everyone coming in the chat. Smash the like button, everybody. Yeah, smash the like button as y'all come in the building. Y'all, 50 Cent has set the internet on fire. And y'all, his documentary. Hey, Sir King, how are you? Welcome. The documentary over here on Netflix, y'all, they are saying that it did great on Netflix. So it says the Diddy documentary, Sean Combs, The Reckoning, bags nearly 22 million views on Netflix the first week. Y'all, I'm telling you, 50 Cent is cashing out. Sir says, salute, Queen, salute, Jamil, salute to you too, Sir King. How are you doing this evening? How's it going? I know Jamil just got off his live. I know you were in there in his live, my baby's live. But y'all, welcome in the building, y'all. Let's get into it, y'all. Let's get this party started, right? So it says, Diddy documentary Sean Combs, The Reckoning bags nearly 22 million views on Netflix in the first week, y'all. Oh my goodness. It says, as expected, Sean Combs, The Reckoning, the much discussed Diddy documentary from executive producer 50 Cent is a hit on Netflix. During the first week on the platform, per a recent report from Deadline, the Alexandria Stapleton director docuseries drew 21.8 million views. That's a lot of views, y'all. The doc, which was quick to spur competing narratives from reps for Netflix and Diddy, was bested by Stranger Things, albeit not by as much as might be assumed. In its second week, the first batch of episodes for the Duffer Brothers created Blockbuster's final season scored over 25 million views. Y'all, that is a lot of views. Come in the building, smash the like button. Happy Wednesday, y'all. Welcome in the building. Y'all, that is a lot of views. 25 million. I thought, look, Club Shay Shay over there, he did a lot of views when he had Cat Williams. I think he set the internet on fire last year. Was the last year when he did that interview? But nothing beats this 25 million views, bringing it season five total so far to just under 85 million. Y'all, I'm telling you, when I say 50 Cent is having a cash out payday, I'm telling you, he is setting it all on fire. His bank account is on fire. Um, the internet is on fire. Everything that is going on right now is, it's crazy. And y'all know 50 Cent, he is on Troll Patrol. Who is on his list? We got, Ray J, we got Marlon Wayans. Misa seemed like she's a little upset with Gene Dale mostly. You got Quiet Diddy's mom, Diddy. There's a lot of people that is a little hot with 50 Cent. But y'all, 50 Cent be on troll patrol. I'm telling you, nobody wants to smoke. Nobody wants to smoke. At least I know I wouldn't want to smoke, but y'all, I'm telling you, nobody wants 50 Cent smoke. He didn't smoke Diddy in the industry for all these years, what, 20, 30 years? And now he just really put the nail in Diddy's coffin. So when Diddy gets out of jail, he thought when he was going to be over there performing like Michael Jackson. 50 Cent, he said he's trying to get him as many years as he can. They say that there's lawsuits coming in. I don't know, y'all. We don't know. But y'all, let's go ahead and continue. Hold on. It says Diddy reported readings $1 billion Netflix lawsuit over 50 Cent's docuseries. When I say they are harder than fish grease, y'all, Diddy and his mom is harder than fish grease. Because let me tell y'all, remember Gene Deal? He was speaking about Diddy and how he slapped the taste out of her mouth. Remember, this was like a while ago, right? Now it's kind of resurfacing. So now Janice Combs, her and her team of wig are upset. And now they didn't drop a lawsuit. And I'm like, oh, but y'all, let's read and see what is going on in that department because there's a whole lot of departments dealing with this documentary with Diddy, with 50 Cent, and all these people involved. So let's go ahead and get to it. My baby says, salute everyone in the building. Smash the like button, y'all. Smash the like button, like my baby said. Smash the like button. So, y'all, let's go ahead and get into it. It says Diddy reportedly readies a $1 billion Netflix lawsuit over 50 Cent's docuseries. He is, oh y'all, I'm telling you, he is hot than fish grease over there at Fort Dix, where I believe he likes to be at. But y'all, let's continue. Diddy's team calls Netflix new 50 Cent produced docuseries a shameful hit piece and alleges it contains stolen footage. No, Diddy, it does not contain any stolen footage. This footage is paid for. This footage is bought and paid for, just like my braids in my hair. This hair was bought and paid for, right? But anyway, y'all, it says it's been just over a week since Sean Combs' The Reckoning hit Netflix. Allegedly, the mogul is already preparing to fire back. The media takeout exclusively reports that Diddy and his family are allegedly readying a massive defamation lawsuit against the streaming giant over the 50 Cent produced docuseries. They is harder than fish grease. But y'all, let's go ahead and get into it because I'm telling you, we're gonna watch a couple of videos. Let's continue. Do y'all remember when just the other day when Misa she was upset? Do y'all remember when Misa was upset with Gene Deal? Gene Deal, he was basically speaking truth. He said, I don't know if Wolf is Justin's daddy, but you'll put the pictures together and then you let me know what you think. But y'all, let's get into it because I'm telling you, G Deal, he was on the chopping block about Misa and her baby daddy because the baby daddy don't look like is Diddy's. Diddy don't look like he is the baby daddy. Justin looks like Wolf. I mean, y'all put a picture together, a spitting image. But y'all, let's get into it. Let me get my camera situated, y'all.
Listen, it's called
Uh-oh.
connecting, and it's
Let me get my
insane. I
hold
don't do
up.
schedules or
Hold up.
timesheets
Hold up.
manually anymore, and it works. Oh,
Okay, hold up. Let me get my camera together. Let me get my camera together because we gonna get into it, y'all. Let's go ahead and get into it because we is gonna see what. Hold on, let me adjust this. Let's see what exactly is going on over yonder, y'all. Let me bring my camera in some. Let me hold on, y'all. Oh my goodness. Hold on, y'all. I'm having technical difficulties. Okay, hold up. Hold up, hold up. Okay. So let's go ahead and get into it and see what Gene Deal was actually saying about Misa. Let's continue. Shout out to Art of Dialogue.
Gene Deal, welcome back, my guy. Been a while, man.
It has been, but I'm here, and I figured that after this 50 documentary, you'll be giving me a call. Told you I ain't turning down nothing but my collar when it comes to you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. I mean, I had to bring you back. This documentary got everyone talking, man. A lot of people want to know why you wasn't in it, man.
Well, first and foremost,
Uh-oh. Hold on, y'all. Hold up.
you know,
Hold up. I got all kind of stuff going on. Okay, there we go.
I thought I was going to be in the documentary at first until
Lord have mercy. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Hold up, swole up. Hold up. Let me play this thing.
I started talking to that director. I think her name is Stapleton. I don't know her name. I don't know, man. Me and 50 talked like 45 minutes. The producers had been calling me
Here we go. Right when. Okay, there we go. I'm sorry.
and everything.
I
So
know.
this one night, 50 called me up, and they got him on the phone. Me and him was just talking. We was talking about old time shit. Sit down with Black Hands, sit down with with Puff Kids, the whole Puff situation, and this documentary that he's going to be doing. You know what I'm saying? So I told him that I was going to, have Kirk and Tim. Kirk will be the one who talk about the business part of it. Tim will be the one who talk about the growing up phase
Shout out to Gene Deal because Gene Deal, he has a lot of information on what went on in Diddy's life, the time that he was being the time he was his bodyguard. But y'all, let's continue.
with Diddy and everything and over there working in the record industry with him and stuff like that. They was like family. And I was gonna talk about, the street stuff, what was going on with Bad Boy, with the security, with Wolf, with the city college, with the time that I knew about when I was with him up until about early 2004 or something like that. And but basically the streets and then the traveling with him and the atmosphere and everything, and then go back into the Notorious Big stuff with the Tupac and the whole 9 years, all the stuff that I knew. You know what I'm saying? So we was talking, and he sounded like, "Yo, listen here, they gonna spare no expense with this whole documentary." So I said, "All right, cool." So what I did was I spoke to Tim and I spoke to Kirk Burrows, and I was like, "Yo," because I had Tim number. Tim didn't know how to get in touch with Kirk. Kirk didn't know how to get in touch with Tim, but Kirk was trying to tell me, give him the number with the Tim. I said, "Nah, I ain't doing that." So I gave one of the producers the number in the whole 9 yards to get in touch with Tim because I want to see him get money because I know Tim got a hell of a story with Pop. So then
Hey, welcome in, bros, and everybody in the building, y'all. We doing a reaction to Art of Dialogue. Shout out to Gene Deal. He's telling his story about Diddy's alleged baby mama Misa. But y'all, let's continue.
I talked to Tim and I told him, "Yo, listen here, man, we should go in as a package deal. All three of us, we could tell a hell of a story about this whole documentary. You know what I'm saying? From front to start. Then whatever stuff that they get and everything like that. So let's go in there and ask them for 50 a piece. You know what I'm saying? Um, so Tim was like, "What, yo, Gene, whatever, go ahead like that." Kirk was like, yeah, okay, cool, Gene. It was like a general census that we was gonna do this in a whole package deal. You know what I'm saying? And then I started speaking to the producers and everything like that because 50 had told me himself that they was going to spare no cost in doing this because he wanted to tell the story and he wanted to tell the story like it was supposed to be told and everything like that. I said, yeah, okay. So then the director. I gotta get her name, man, because it don't even sound. I want to put her on blast because she was telling me, you know, she was saying to me that um, what I was asking for was crazy, and they wasn't spending money like that. I'm talking about you got footage, you got clothing, you got. I was doing footage. I had pictures, all the stuff that.
And y'all, I was wondering why they didn't have Gene on, but he's explaining why he wasn't on the series documentary. Are they gonna? Is 50 Cent gonna have him on the next one? Because 50 Cent plans to do a part two of the documentary. But y'all, let's continue listening to Gene.
I had, you could figure out a way to pay a brother, something like that. And then I was telling her about some prices that I've already received, and I had the invoices to show it. And then she was calling me like I was lying. I was like, yo, who do you think?
Gene said he got the proof. I ain't lying. I got the receipts. I got the receipts to prove that I've been paid for my services. Yo, welcome in the building, Rizlin, Sir King, loving myself. Y'all, welcome in the building. Everybody smash the like button. Gene is telling his story as to why he wasn't on the documentary. But like I said, do y'all think, put a one in the chat if y'all think that Gene Deal will be on the documentary part two, because 50 Cent plans to do another documentary, and we're going to get into that later. But y'all, let's continue.
You talking to? You know what I'm saying? And she was talking about, there's no way nobody paid. Nobody what? I say, first of all you people come with these documentaries and stuff. The first thing you tell me, y'all tell these people out here that y'all don't pay, and y'all pay. You give if you can make a picture look like $10,000, $15,000. You know what I'm saying? You can sit here and tell me that you're gonna pay me for my time sitting right down here with y'all. You understand? So then, one thing led to another, and I was like, yeah, all right, well then, f you. I spoke to 50, and then she said 50, and this is exact words that came out her mouth. 50 does not determine what goes in and go out of this documentary.
Wow.
And he definitely don't pay. He determine what somebody get paid. It's not his documentary like that. I
Oh,
was like, oh, so if
wow.
it's not his documentary, and I spoke to him like that, I don't need to be doing nothing with you because I'm doing this on the strength of him. But you
What?
gonna pay me if I do it.
Oh,
So it
wow.
went back and forth. You know,
So G Dill is trying to say, look, my worth is, you ain't gonna pay me $3.50 for all this information that I got. I mean, he was going back and forth and was saying that the lady was being nasty with him. And G was like, you ain't about to punk me. You not about to try to be look, I'm not no cheap ho 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 Merry Christmas during survival, right? I'm not about to be letting you guys get over on me. But I don't know. Maybe Gene was asking for maybe a little bit too much for the budget, because y'all know everything has a budget. That's why these, like, whenever you go on an interview, whenever you are interviewing, acting, or whatever, you always ask, so what's your budget? That's the first thing that you should ask. What's your budget? Like, what's your budget? And then I'm going to tell you, what mine is. But y'all, let's continue.
what I'm saying, for a little bit, and then they had Kirk Burrows giving me calls and everything like that. What are you calling me for? You know what I'm saying? I'm not. Get out of here. I know what kind of dude you is anyway. Me and you cool and everything, Kirk, but don't call me about no business with this stuff like that. And then what I found out is that he was making a deal, cutting a deal for himself as well as Tim. You understand? And I was trying to get a deal for all three of us. You understand? So that's how them industry.
Oh, G Dill was trying to look out. What he said, look out for the cookout. G Dill was trying to look out for Kirk Burrows and the other guy. He was like, I give you a 3-for-1 deal. We'll give you a 3-for-1 special. You let us come up on here, and then we'll tell you how much it is going to be for all three of us. But they were basically saying no. Like, Gene, it seemed like to me like they were saying Gene was asking for too much money. But y'all, I don't know, because Netflix, I mean, they have a lot of money, right? But we don't know what budget and how much they pay people. But y'all, let's continue.
Catch and go. That's what they do. You know what I'm saying? So I'm looking at it like this. So then he called me back again, and I told him, like, listen, man, don't you ever call my phone again, Kirk? You know what I'm saying? Because we had got into it about somebody calling him. He told me Groovy Lou called him and wanted to know why Gene's still doing this, the puff and everything like that. And I mentioned it on the Gene Deal show. You understand? I said something. Then he called me back like I was lying. And listen to me, Kirk. Don't call me about what these clowns and these niggas say right here, bro. I had nothing, and especially don't call me talking about what I gotta fix. When in fact, you know what you told me and you know what our conversation was. You know what I'm
Wow.
saying? So the whole thing about why I'm not in the thing, the lady was talking greasy to me. She had no right to do
G Dill said the lady was talking greasy to her. Did she have like fish grease? Grease on her hands? She was talking greasy. Was it with fish grease or was it with chicken grease, y'all? I don't know. She still said she was talking greasy to him. Y'all smash the like button, y'all. Smash the like button. G Dill said the woman was talking greasy to her, and also that G Dill was not about to let her get over. He was trying to get a 3-for-1 deal, but the lady wasn't evidently not going for it. But y'all, let's continue. He even said he was talking to 50 Cent. So I don't know. I don't know. Rizla said it was baby oil. It was some baby oil residue that was greasy. Oh my God, y'all. Let's continue.
talk greasy to me. And then she told me that 50 didn't have the power to do anything, but they using his name to like push the whole documentary. And that's what it
Wow.
was about. So that's why you don't see a cameo other than the pictures they used of me on the film in the documentary. I got like 3 or 4 pictures in the documentary that I've seen of myself. Some people say they saw more, but I know three different times where I was certain places and you could actually see me in the documentary, and that's the only thing you're gonna get. But the stories that they told in the documentary, bro, come on.
Hey, Michael. I didn't see him come in.
They could have went a whole lot deeper. They could have did a whole lot more. So I ain't in the documentary because that lady that was the director, I think what's her name, Alex. Alex State. You know her name, Mike? Yo, Mike, just give me 1 second.
Hey,
Give me
Michael.
one
How are
second. I'm gonna look
you?
this up. All right? Okay.
Uh, look, G Dill is making sure that he has his receipts, y'all. He is not playing with this lady. I don't know if 50 Cent, agreed maybe to they like, just calm down. I'll let you go ahead and get into part 2 series. Get your pictures together, get your stories together, maybe write them down, and then I'll give you a little cut in the, documentary part 2. I don't know. But he said he talked to 50 Cent for a good, I think 40-45 minutes if I recall right. But y'all, let's continue to listen to G because Gene is not playing.
Her name is Alex Stapleton. The director that I spoke to was Alex Stapleton. She was the one told me that she was the director, she was the producer, whatever, this, that, and the third, the whole 9 yards. And she was talking mad greasy to me. And listen here, it's no matter after you talk that kind of talk to me, there's no amount of money she could have paid me anyway for me to get in there.
Oh,
You
G
know,
said
my
G said she was talking baby oil greasy to him. So that that's not gonna happen. He don't care how much money she was gonna pay him. He was not about to be on that documentary the way that she was talking. Oh my goodness. Risen said they cool because 50 Cent posted. Yeah, I seen today that he posted a clip of talking about what was the clip about? He said something about I think the way who was it talking about him, baby? 50 Cent. I mean, 50 Cent posted Gene Deal. Remember on his Instagram? We are looking at it earlier. Yeah, Ja Rule. Yeah, Ja Rule is the other one that was on. Okay, Rizzy, yeah, Ja Rule. Because Ja Rule is another one on on 50 Cent's troll patrol list. So y'all, this is getting crazy and get out of hand. But y'all, let's continue because y'all know 50 Cent. I mean, he can have about a hundred or 1,000 trolls. He's gonna light all of them on fire. But y'all, let's continue.
story is more too valuable, getting in the depth or getting in depth with this whole stuff. And it would have helped that documentary a whole lot. You know what I'm saying? In actually, they used all the stuff that I told them and did it the way that I was saying do it. Tim Dog start off with the childhood with Puff and the whole 9 yards. Kirk Burrows do the business part, but they was trying to put people in there like Mark Curry and other people to talk about the streets or what was going on, a certain thing. But Mark can only say so much, you know what I'm saying, because he was an artist, so he wasn't with Puff like I was with him during that time when we was running back and forth here and there and the whole 9 yards. So, Miss Alex Stapleton is the one reason why I'm not in the documentary, but it's all right with me. I've been in a lot of documentaries. I did the Shine. I did the A&E. I did the Discovery Channel. I did the
So it sounds like Gene has a portfolio of interviews on platforms he's been to, which should validate for him, showing that lady at Netflix or whoever the director was, Alexander, I think it was. I'm not sure if it was directly with her, but whoever he showed, his receipts to. I mean, that should have validated and showed them that, okay, this is how much they pay you, okay, or maybe they didn't want to pay him what they, what he received from these other people. I don't know, but needless to say, G Deal was not having, excuse me, was not having it with this lady. But y'all, let's continue.
Fox. I've been in a whole lot of different documentaries, and I'm always on the art of dialogue. So the people been getting most of the information from here anyway.
Wow.
Yeah, man, you always on here, man. Always got to bring you on. So, with that being said, man, I want to get right into the documentary, man. How you feel about the documentary, man? The behind the scenes footage they got of Diddy leading up to him getting arrested, and how you feel about all that, man?
Well, what I feel about the documentary, they left a whole lot of key things out. If they was going to do something, and they're going to say in the reckoning of Sean Combs, the reckoning, or Diddy, the reckoning, and stuff like that, it should have been a lot of people that we lost because of him. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't
Oh,
only Big.
that's true because a lot of people, even Wolf, who he's about to talk about, here shortly, he was one of the ones that got, unalive. You got Tupac, you got Biggie. I mean, y'all, there's a laundry list. Heavy D, what's his name? What's the other one's name, baby? It was Andre Harrell. All of them are no longer here, and it's so funny how all of them are no longer here. And then remember, did he try to allegedly take
Kim
out
Porter.
yeah, Kim Porter too. What's the one that he tried the son's Kim Porter's oldest son, what's his name? I'll be sure. Remember he tried to take out I'll be sure too, allegedly. Well, that's what, word on the curb on the streets. But y'all, I mean, we don't know. But Jamie Foxx, remember, he was real sick too. So it's kind of questionable. All of these people are no longer here or was trying to be taken out, almost was taken out allegedly, by something that Diddy had, something to, some dealings with them either no longer being here with us or trying to take them out. But y'all, let's continue.
It wasn't only Tupac. You understand? For the atmosphere that he put those kids in, you got a guy named Anthony Wolf Jones,
Uh-oh.
who's from Bad Boy from its conception as doing security and being one of the financiers of Puff having to have some money to keep Big and Craig Mack around before he got to Clyde Davis. You know what I'm saying? They wasn't able to tell that story because they didn't have no intel on that story or what went down, or they didn't do their investigations right, which he
Wow.
also led up to the reason why Wolf ain't here today. You
Whoa.
understand? They didn't tell that story. They didn't tell a story about Jessica Rosenbaum, who was at the City College situation. You
Wow.
understand? It was Puff, Heavy D, and Jessica. You know what I'm saying? Jessica was the reason why those kids lost their life because she
Wow.
locked the door on those kids running down the steps. You understand?
Oh, oh wow. So did Jessica was she held responsible in any way, shape, or form? You guys, have y'all heard this situation before? Where is Jessica? Who is she? Was she ever held responsible? I mean, y'all, this is crazy. It's a lot going on. It's really a lot. Risen said Wolf was expanding in Atlanta before he passed. Oh wow, y'all, this is crazy. Smash the like button, y'all. Smash the like button. Gene Deal, he is. I mean, he is telling a lot here. But y'all, let's continue listening to Gene Deal. Smash the like button. Let's get over 400 likes in the building, y'all. Welcome in. Welcome in.
You could see her name in a news article, but they didn't mention nothing about her taking place. But they try to put Heavy D, God bless the dead, out there, and they put Puff out there. You know what I'm saying? She should have been the main one because she is the one who locked the door on the kids. You understand? She is the one who locked the door on the kids, and all those kids lost their life. Had she not locked those doors, not one kid would have lost their life. Not
Wow.
one kid would have lost their life.
Wow.
And that's what happened. So the feelings that I have about the documentary, man, it was just old news, and they took a couple of with the footage from Puff from the days that's leading up him to get arrested, and the the incidents with the people from the courts. You know, the two people from the courts. So it was not new. It was put together pretty good.
This is, yeah, this is real crazy, but they're saying there's like so many other people that wasn't in the documentary that should have been in the documentary. Now y'all know that Diddy's chef Jordan, I think, or Jordan, I'm not sure how to pronounce her name. She's starting to come out, and I know from what her story was when I heard it last year. Her story was kind of crazy, along with like Capricorn Clark, because y'all remember Diddy was accusing them of stealing like jewelry. And I was like, it's funny how Diddy tried to accuse both those females for stealing jewelry. Did he try to jack the jeweler? Did he act like they didn't stole it? Because y'all know those famous people, those moguls, they use the jewelry from the Jacobs the jewelers or whatever jeweler. They'll rent it out and then they have to turn it back in, almost like a rent a car, pretty much. And did he try to act like they didn't stole the jewelry just so he could keep it? And Chronic, Diddy was greedy and Diddy was sneaky, and he always liked to get over on a lot of people. But y'all, let's continue listening to what Gene has to say.
But it was nothing new that we didn't know. It is nothing new that we didn't know, bruh. And they could have did a whole lot better. They could have got into the fact of they was talking about they wasn't gonna, they was gonna spend some money on it and stuff like that. They could have got into the fact of who actually made that payment because they put it all in the documentary. Who made that payment to get Tupac eliminated? If that was the
Oh, who made the payment to get Tupac eliminated? Y'all know Keefee D, from what I understand, allegedly, Keefy D is the only, well, Keefy D is the only one, right, baby? What you're telling me? Keefy D is the only one left out of all of those people that had dealings with. Four people in the car. Four people was in the car, but there was yeah, three people dead. One person is only living. That's Keefy D. So Keefy D, he went up on Art of Dialogue too, and he was singing like a songbird and saying that when he got out of prison, that Diddy wasn't wanting to deal with him because he was like, you didn't took care of something, and I didn't want to pay. But y'all know Diddy was good for not paying people. That's how this documentary came out and did so well because Diddy did not want to pay the videographers. He didn't want to pay Keefy D for the alleged hit on Tupac. But y'all, there's a lot going on. But y'all, let's continue listening to Gene Deal.
payment that they had alluded to. So, like in the documentary, it's all right, bro. You know what I'm saying? But you watch it once, it don't get no second look. It don't get no second take. It ain't nothing like say, yo, I gotta go see that shit again. Nah, not at all.
Why are women everywhere choosing Abby X?
Hold on, y'all. Let's skip this commercial. Y'all, this is crazy. Let me skip this commercial.
New tummy tuck alternative. I got the tummy tuck results without the tummy tuck downtime. Get a flat, tight tummy with Sonobella.
Hold on, let's skip this commercial.
So let me be clear on this, brother, is that I was at City College. You understand? I was there. I was doing security. My team was supposed to have the outside. Puff came to me the day before we were supposed to do the job there and told me that Heavy D didn't want us to do the security outside. I had 18 men ready to do the security outside with my dogs, like I always do. People knew how we used to roll. We would have the pits, the Rockwilders, You understand? We had that outside locked up. So anybody try to bum rush, anybody do that, we had the gates, the whole 9 yards. So we
Wow.
could stop all that. You know how people gonna get down in Harlem. You understand? So and then when you got LL Cool J, you got Mike Tyson coming through there, and they coming through the front door so people see them. So they gonna go crazy. LL was the hottest thing out at that time. Mike Tyson was the hottest thing out at that time. They got all
Oh,
kinds of stars and people in there already.
y'all, he mentioned Mike Tyson. Did y'all know that there was a video out with him on Diddy and Mike Tyson? They were sitting on a couch on some interview. I forget what platform it was, whose interview they were at. But y'all remember when Diddy was sitting next to Mike Tyson and he was trying to put his hand on Mike Tyson, and Mike Tyson took his hand and slowly put it back on his lap, or like moved it over, like this is not what it's about to be, Diddy. You're not about to get no free fill off of me. Y'all, Diddy is a mess, y'all. He is doing the most. But y'all, let's continue because these streets is hot with Diddy all in them, y'all. Let's continue.
They was coming through the back. They came through the front, and it caused the door to be bum
Michael
rushed.
Solid.
But if they had the gates up, if they had the dogs, and with the help of the police, that shit would have never happened, bro. That shit would have never happened. I was there. I saw it. I saw Jessica run down the steps after she grabbed the money box because my man Eddie was protecting her. And Eddie's the one called me on the walkie-talkie and said, "Yo, Jessica just locked me in outside the gym, Gene. You couldn't go down the
Wow.
steps after they bum rushed the door. You understand? I had to run around the whole gym on the outside, around the gym, down the steps, run across the basketball court, and open the front door. When I opened that one door, because it pushed inside, people start squeezing through that. Then I did. I just kept doing the doors, and people was coming in there.
Y'all, that was a real bad situation. A lot of people were injured. Some people passed away. This situation, it was awful. It was terrible. Y'all, let's smash the like button. We got almost 600 some people in this building. Y'all, why y'all playing with my emotions with these likes? Smash the like button. Let's get some likes in the building. Smash the like button, y'all. Let's get some likes up. If y'all haven't smashed the like button, go up to your right, the three dots, click that, and then you'll go down and see the thumbs up. Hit the like button, y'all. Let's get the likes up. Smash the like button for Gene Deal, y'all. Let's continue.
Falling dead, right out, just falling out right there. And once they got in there, they just fell out. It was crazy, bro. It was a crazy sight.
Wow.
So I was there, man. So it, I knew more than they would put down there in that documentary. You know what I'm saying? You even see me when Puff is standing up right there. You see me down there, uh, uh,
Performing
trying
CPR.
to do CPR on somebody, and that was a 17-year-old kid that died, bro.
Wow,
That
that's
was a
sad.
17-year-old kid that died. I knew his brother. His brother was sitting there crying, talking about my mama gonna kill me. This is the first time I ever took my little brother anywhere.
Wow.
Terrible, man. Who do you put the blame on for that whole City College thing? Do you put it all on Diddy, or is it more people that played a part?
Well, I think Puff cutting security for the outside is a big part. Second of all, the
Now,
college.
I got a question, you guys. I want to know. Let me turn the camera real quick. Hey, you guys, book them in. Y'all, do y'all think that Diddy didn't have enough security? Because y'all know Diddy was very, very cheap. Diddy did not want to pay people. He was always trying to like hoard himself from spending, having to spend money for anything. Do y'all think that he was trying to like cut corners and normally say there might have been needed to be like say like 40 security guards, and Diddy's like, no, we only need 10. I believe so because Diddy was always trying to get over on somebody about paying people to do these services, just like the videographer. That's why he had got his badonkadonk in this documentary with all the evidence, all the juices. I mean, him talking to his lawyer, kind of crazy. But y'all, let's continue because Gene is telling us all of the tea, y'all. Smash the like button, y'all.
Should have had their security there, and you didn't see none of the college security, and the college should have let the police department know that it was a function of that magnitude that was coming.
Wow. Let me hold on, you guys. Okay, let me skip that and let's get back.
So it's Diddy and the college and the security and the school.
To get into this documentary, man, because I want to get your point of view, man, and I want you to break it down. There's one part in here where Eric Sermon he told a story about how he was in the car with Misa and Diddy caught him in the car and Diddy swung on him. You seen that part?
Well, Eric Sermon said that Puff swung on him and invited him, and he invited Puff to go around the corner. But a lot of people, Kirk Burrows told the story, and I told him like because we knew that had happened back in the day that Puff was putting his hands on Misa. You know what I'm saying? I used to
Oh,
bodyguard Misa, brother. You
wow.
understand what I'm saying? I used to bodyguard Misa. You know, after I started working for Puff and everything like that, I started working. Misa wanted to still be out. Misa still wanted to go to places. Misa still wanted to be out and about. So she said, Gene, would you look out for me? I said, Misa, you can't afford me. She said, Gene, it's only going to be for a couple of hours when I go out and stuff like that. I know he not going to do nothing if he see me with you. You understand what I'm saying? So I said,
Wow.
all right, cool. All right, Misa. All right. So if I come out for a
So Diddy been laying hands on these women for a very long time. But then I'm not just saying women because you know he did like slapped up Drake, punched him. I mean he didn't hit folks with kettlebells, with chairs and everything else. But y'all, I remember Gene said that when he first came on scene, basically when he first got in Hollywood, first got his big deals. Diddy, he didn't. He was telling Gene, I don't even know how to talk to these women. But now he was starting to make money, starting to make millions. His head got really big and he started to get arrogant. And then he started basically turning into a whole narcissistic demonic entity. But y'all, let's continue because he had this problem with these hands a long, long time ago when he first pretty much entered the industry, from what it sounds like from Gene. But y'all, let's continue.
couple of hours and stuff like that. Every time I come out, Misha,
Hey, Lord,
it'll
Lord,
be
how are
200,
you?
$250 for a couple of hours just for you, Misha. So it was known that Puff had a hand problem, especially when it came to women that he dated.
Mm-hmm.
And
Facts.
it was surprisingly that he swung and like Eric Sammons said on him. You understand? And then went to listen to some music. That shit was crazy to me. So my whole thing about it was is that the Eric Sermon shit, and then he went to listen to Juicy after Nick swung on him. That's some industry shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's some crazy.
That is crazy. That is crazy. You gonna try to start a fight, then you want to go around the corner to get some 12-piece two biscuits, and then you want to listen to music. That does sound kind of crazy, like really crazy. But Fahim he says, why didn't campus police provide security? I was hanging at CCNY back in the 90s, and there was campus police at all of the events. I don't know, but my thoughts are this, you guys. Let me turn the camera. I don't know, and I can't speak to that, but just like giving my opinion or my thoughts maybe about it, I think that when you have these events at any of these like locations, I think anywhere if you're renting a place, then you are to provide the security because that that security is probably going to be included or not included or whatever, but it's going to be known what you have to provide. Like, okay, you have to do this, you have to provide this, and maybe hey, Bernard, how are you? Welcome. And maybe I think what happened was Diddy, they probably told Diddy, you have to have security, you got to provide your own security. Diddy probably was like, I mean, Gene Deal was, and this is just me speaking, y'all, my opinion. Gene Deal was probably like, okay, we probably need 40 security guards. I'm just saying. And Diddy probably was like, 40? Then I got to pay these people. Y'all know Diddy was cheap. He didn't even want to pay his own artists. He was always constantly getting over on people. And I think had he had hired enough security, that event probably wouldn't have ended up like that. If that lady, that girl that Gene Deal mentioned too, if she didn't lock the doors, and I mean that in itself could have probably saved a lot of lives, a lot of people getting injured and getting hurt. But I don't know. Like I said, I wasn't there, but I'm just saying the security guard, it probably needed to be beefed up a lot more than what Diddy was probably willing to pay. Because, like I said, he is a cheap person, always trying to get over and not trying to pay anything, pennies on the dollar if he could. But y'all, let's continue.
Industry shit. The whole thing about when he's talking about the Misa part being in his car and everything like that, and that was the part whereas that Puff was putting his hands on Misa.
Yeah, Rislin said, yes, cheap and suspicious because why lock the door? That's what I was saying. Why were they locking the door? And then these people were trampling over other people. Like, I mean, that was crazy. But like I said, I think if there was more security, things probably would have turned out as not probably not as bad as it did. But it's already done. It's already didn't happen. But we know, like I said, we all know Diddy is always trying to penny pinch somebody out of whatever it is, right? Trying to get stuff for the free or for the low low. But y'all, let's continue.
And he should have whooped his ass right then and there. No matter if Misa was just in his car chilling or whatever. You know what I'm saying? She chilling with me. That's I'm responsible for that. I'm gonna be responsible for her. Do it some other time. I don't care if it's your girl or not. If she in my car right now, you understand, and she chilling with me, and she a friend, you ain't gonna put your hands on her and beat her like Puff was doing her. Nah, not at all. And I think that he should have took responsibility for that more so than he took responsibility of hearing a Biggie tape or Biggie music. You understand?
And speaking of Misa, how you heard about the comment she made about you today?
Hey,
Katie B is
hold on, y'all. Hold on, we get to the meat and potatoes. Hold on, let me turn the camera. Let me let this play. Hold on, let me let this play. Cause he's asking about Misa now. Hold on, let me let this play. Cause this is gonna be a juicy one. Hey,
travel advisor
Cynthia, how are
without
you?
quitting your 9 to 5.
Hold on, y'all.
Actually, yes, we're four of the modern travel.
Let's skip.
Bruh, I saw that today. Somebody sent me that shit today, man. And my whole thing about it is, Misa, how am I harassing you? I've never harassed you. I've always been a protector of you so far until now. You understand? For you to go and try to snake that whole situation and saying I'm the reason why you being harassed. No, your ex is the reason why you being harassed. You understand? Your ex is the reason why your son is the way he is. You
Mm,
understand?
preach,
You
Gene.
understand? This is what happened, and I'm gonna let you know.
Let me say this. Hold on, I got to stop this. Let me say this. For one, okay, people have a past when they were young, they did things that of course they didn't, do, or maybe some people still do the same things since they were like, things that they did in their 20s, maybe they're still doing today. However, Misa was young. But when you know what type of man you got, like Diddy was a narcissist and he was laying hands on her. Why would you select him to be on the birth certificate or to take a daddy role? But and this is my opinion. I know it from what it looks like, because our mamas can tell. Oh, that baby is not yours. That baby or that baby is yours. We know from what these pictures look like, allegedly that Diddy is not the father. But why, as a woman, would you allow yourself, as a woman? Everybody is different. I'm a mommy at heart, right? When it comes to the children, because I don't play about the children. But why would you allow a demonic entity to go on the birth certificate just because he has money? You put his name. I mean, from what it sounds like to me, he put himself on the birth certificate, and she allowed him to play the daddy role because Wolf was no longer here, right? And Diddy and her Misa were together, but Misa, y'all, she was a whole Jezebel. All of them girls are Jezebels. I hate to say it, not to talk bad, but Gene Deal tells us even Kim Porter, rest in peace. Not trying to talk bad about her. Hey Tracy, how are you? I'm not trying to Princess, how are you? Not trying to talk bad about none of these females, but I'm just saying it is what it is. Gene Deal told us that all of them, even the baby fat girl, Kim Porter, Misa, they were all sleeping with the same men. They were like clap, clap, give. They were doing all these little things in the midst of these like this group, from what I understand, what Gene said, right? But the thing is, like I said, Misa is you knew what type of man you had, and you allow yourself, you just went and put, I guess, Diddy on the birth certificate, and you know he was a whole monster. How do you think that he was going to be a good father to your child if he's laying hands on you? Like, I just don't gather, or like, I can't even think that, even at a young age, right from wrong, him abusing you, and trying to be a father, that like doesn't mix well with me. Like, he's a bad person. Why would you select him if you know your baby daddy passed away? Why would you select him to be on your birth? I don't care how much money he got. I don't care. I'll be working at Walmart, Target, McDonald's. I will be working 12 jobs on the cotton plantation. I will be look at the movie theater. I will work 50, 11 jobs before I put a narcissist and deal with abuse with me and my child. I would not even dare do that. But everybody's different. Everybody different. Money don't make my world go round. Maybe it makes their world go round because that's like the group that they were in, and that's fine. They do what they do. But I'm not going for that. But y'all, let's continue. Everybody knows that that boy Justin, her son, Misa's son, is nowhere near. Doesn't look like Diddy. And y'all know back in the day they used to say, "Well, you feed them, they'll start looking like you." No, Diddy, I think he fed him for 30 some years, because I think Justin is 30 something years old. No, it didn't work with this situation right here. Sometimes you start feeding them if they ain't really yours, ain't yours biologically, but you start feeding them and they start looking like you. But no, Justin, that wasn't the case with this. But y'all, let's continue.
Another YouTuber, one or two, came out and said that uh, Justin is Wolf's father. I mean,
Hmm.
Wolf is Justin's father. Another YouTuber came out and said that Wolf is Justin's father. Wolf is a former bodyguard of Bad Boy that was murdered by an associate with BMF. So now, I never said nothing, yay, nay, or whatever. Me and Puff is beefing. You understand? I'm not gonna come out and play Super Saver or anything.
Hey, Empress.
You understand? I ain't got.
Hold on, y'all. G said he wasn't trying to play Super Saver. Ho, 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 Merry Christmas. He's basically, from what he said right here, he's saying that, she was, y'all, this is, y'all about to laugh now, because Gene is letting the cat out the bag on Misa. But y'all, I'm telling you, the way he says it, y'all, I was dying laughing. When I say Gene Deal was hilarious when he was talking about Misa right here, y'all, I was weak about to fall off the chair when I heard him talk about Misa. It was crazy. Hey, Sharice, how are you? Welcome. Y'all, let's continue listening, because this portion right here is hilarious.
Nothing to do with it. I'm not. I might allude to. Maybe he is. Maybe he ain't. He shoot him off to the studio. Wolf was that type of dude. So I didn't say nothing. But I know the difference. I know that he wasn't, because they had a blood test. They had they did that paternity test and shit like that to prove that Justin was his son. Puff was mad the whole 9 yards because he had to pay Misa a large amount of child support.
But see, y'all, this is where I'm talking about. Misa was letting Diddy put, the name on the birth certificate. From what I understand, if I'm understanding the story right, this is how I understood it. Like, Diddy was put on the birth certificate, and then, since you was big and bad, you did. I believe Diddy pushes these men away because he doesn't want the woman that he's messing with at the current time to be dealing with the men, the baby daddies at all, because he did it to I'll Be Sure. From what I understand, he did the same thing to I'll Be Sure. But anyway, he was on the birth certificate, and then he didn't want to pay no child support. How you going to be taking? You know that that is not your son. You put your name on the birth certificate, and then you complaining, sir. What are you? What we doing here? I mean, tell me what we are doing here. When you sign your name on the dotted line, like going to get a mortgage, going to get a car note, sir, you have to pay that bill, right? And the same thing, you are held responsible for the child support. You signed up for the program, and she was just coming to collect. But y'all, let's continue.
which he was starving her at first. He wasn't doing nothing for his son. That's
Wow.
why Suge Knight took that picture of Misa
Oh, y'all, and Gene Deal, he is giving us the tea, y'all. Listen to this.
and Justin when he was hugging Misa, saying what the East Coast won't take care of, the West Coast will.
Ooh,
You understand? I told everybody about that whole picture, and then everybody said I was lying.
Misha was a Jezebel. She said, Ninja, what you won't do, somebody else will. Somebody else will take care of what I need them to take care of, y'all. She was something. That's why I said these girls were with the smoke. They knew that these men had money and they was, I mean, flocking to these men. But y'all know when you're dealing with a high caliber man like that, that is for the streets and you for the streets too, it's gonna end up to be a bad situation, right? It's not gonna end up to be a good situation. Now Diddy then left her high and dry. She was hungry, probably having to beg and probably having to get her cheeks clapped for a couple of dollars. But this is what you signed up for. Like I said, all those girls on the Diddy trial, most of them was with the smoke. You're not hanging around these types of crowds just because you're trying to be, trying to catch some friends. No, because you're all with the smoke. Birds of a feather flock together. That's like somebody going over there to go drink at the club. That everybody drinking. You're not going over there just. Well, I mean, not everybody drinks or whatever. But when you are going to certain places, hanging around with certain crowds, that means you're entertaining and doing the same thing. You are flocking with that crowd. But y'all, let's continue.
And shit, and then somebody released Suge in the same clothes that he took that picture in, playing with Justin on the floor. You understand? So now, um, Misa is mad at me and upset with me because I didn't clarify that. You understand? It wasn't for me to clarify, Misa. I ain't harassed you not one time.
Uh-oh.
I ain't harassed you when you owe me $750.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh,
I
G.
let it go.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
You've been having you've been having the money allegedly to pay me. You know what I'm saying? You got to deal with MCM.
Uh-oh, hold on. Did Misha, did she, did he rub off on her where she got money and she didn't want to pay Gene? Gene said she owed him like $700 for being the bodyguard because Diddy was cutting up and she was saying from what Gene just said, well, if Diddy sees me with you, he's not going to try to hurt you or do anything to you because he knows you, basically. But if I'm with somebody else, and Diddy sees me with somebody else, he's probably gonna beat the brakes off of me and the person I'm with. Y'all, and Misa, she did not want to pay. Jean said that she owes him $700 to this day. She never paid him. And that's the same thing with Diddy. That's why this docu series came out because Diddy was not trying to pay them videographers or anybody, right? Not even his artists. He wasn't trying to pay nobody. He said his money was for freaking off, for getting these freak off dragons to give their bodily fluids so he can play with it with Cassie. I'm just saying, y'all. But y'all, let's continue.
Could have sent me a bag. You could have did anything to make it good. But you just said
Wow.
now you being harassed by Gene Deal. Gene Deal ain't never harassed you, Misa. I used to save you because you was so afraid that when you was out here giving it up on both sides of the panties trying to feed your kids.
Did y'all hear what Gene said? G said that she was giving it up on both sides of the panties. G Dill said she was getting hit from the front, the back, the side, hugging from the back, from the side, upside down, swinging from the chandelier. Y'all, Gene Deal just exposed Misa. So Gene Deal said Misa was a ho 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 Merry Christmas and she was with the smoke. She was getting banged out by the front. I mean all sides. I mean the thongs, the drawers, whatever she had on. There was entry and exit holes everywhere, and she was, I mean, getting the cheeks clapped from the side, from the left, from the front, from the back. I mean, it was swinging from the chandelier. Gene is going off on Misa. Hold on, y'all. We got to rewind this because Misa then teed off Gene Deal. Hey, Purple Flower, how are you? Gene Deal is hotter than fish grease. He said, Misa, don't be mad at me because you is over here getting it all kind of ways through the draws, hanging off, swinging off chandeliers, and you don't know who your baby daddy is. Don't be mad at me. You should have been remembering who you clapped their cheeks from the time, or around the time you got pregnant. You should have wrote it down in the book of your 2,000 men that you done messed with. You should have wrote it down because I don't got nothing to do. I never clap your cheeks, Lisa. You got a problem. That take the problem up with those 90,000 men that you have met in Hollywood and got them to clap your cheeks, including Diddy. But y'all, let's continue because Gene Deal is hotter than fish grease. He is hotter than fish grease. This is hilarious. Y'all smash the like button, y'all. Gene Deal said she was getting it on. Oh my goodness, yo, she was swinging from the chandelier, y'all. Let's continue.
You've been having you've been having the money allegedly to pay me. You know what I'm saying? You got
Hey,
to deal
human
with
nature.
MCM. You could have sent me a bag. You could have did anything to make it good. But you just said now you being harassed by Gene Deal. Gene Deal ain't never harassed you, Misa. I used to save you because you was so afraid that when you was out here giving it up on both sides of the panties, trying to
Yeah, Gene Deal said Lisa was giving it up on both sides of the patty. Y'all, G Deal is going off on Misa. Misa, I think that you need to maybe you need to leave G Deal alone and not bother him about this baby daddy issue that you can't resolve because I believe that G Deal will probably tell a little bit more than what he's telling because it seems like you was a ho 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 Merry Christmas. You was like the Hollywood New York Jezebel gallivanting through them streets because G Deal, when you kind of press his button, he is telling everything. He said you was getting it from both sides of the drawers or the thongs, the boxer briefs, or whatever you wear. And you was swinging from the chandelier. You was doing everything under the sun except for wearing protection to figure out who you were married with. I mean, who you got pregnant from. But y'all, let's continue. G Deal, hold on. G Deal is hot, y'all. He did, y'all. He is at about a million right now, y'all. Let's continue.
bag. You could have did anything to make it good. But you just said now you being harassed by Gene Deal. Gene Deal ain't never harassed you, Misa. I used to save you because you was so afraid that when you was out here giving it up on both sides.
Hold on, Mika baby and Linda. Y'all don't have to be here. Y'all don't have to be in my live. Two people less is not gonna bother me. Now this is my live. I conduct my live how I want to. Y'all don't want to be here. Y'all are able to exit left to the building, and we can give you hot toddies on your way out. Y'all, let's continue.
The panties try to feed your kids, that pup was gonna find out. You know what I'm saying? About them down south, about them Nolan. Should I go on being harassed? Come on, Misha. You could do better than that. You could do better than that, Misha. You know I ain't harass you. I ain't tell none of your secrets.
Wow.
I ain't say nothing.
So G Deal, he must have a whole lot. I mean, does he got a whole bucket of secrets on Misa? Because he said, he didn't tell no secrets. I mean, he didn't told enough when he said that she was getting it on both sides of the drawers or the boxers or the thongs, whatever she wears, she was getting out of both sides. So that means that she was getting her cheeks clapped left and right. so much to where she wasn't seem like wasn't wearing no protection, and also she don't know who the baby daddy is. But we know from what it looks like allegedly, it looks like Wolf. It don't look nowhere near like Diddy, not at all. Y'all put a one in the chat if y'all think that this is Wolf's child. I believe Justin is Wolf because just like your mama, if your mama was here, what would your mama say? Mama be like, "Oh yes, Wolf, that's my son, that's my grandson. You know that boy look just like you." And if you try to deny them, they're gonna come and take you to jail and put you up under the jail. But y'all, let's continue.
Nothing about you. But you want to put it out there and play a victim. It's Puff fault all this shit is happening with Justin. It's Puff fault all this shit is happening with you. You remember Misa?
Wow.
When he was mad over them Nolan niggas? Y'all know who them Nolan niggas is, them New Orleans niggas. I'm gonna leave it at that. Because I ain't gonna
Wow.
put that man business out like that. Oh
Oh,
baby.
so Gene Deal must have known. Gene Deal must have known somebody in New Orleans that she was getting her cheeks clapped in. I mean, she was, I mean, all over the. She was tripping with no maps, y'all. She was tripping with no maps. She was in New York, down south, on the East Coast. I mean, she was probably all the way in Hawaii, Japan. She was all over the place. Rhythm said Birdman. Oh wow. Kaylee says Master P. Michael Miller says G Dillon got started lounge. Yes. Y'all, did she start a fire over there with G? Hold on, let me turn the camera, y'all. Did Misa start a whole fire with G? I believe so, but y'all, let's continue because Gene Deal is hotter than fish grease, y'all. Let's continue. I think this is about to end. Y'all, hold on. Let me just wrap that back just a little bit.
When he was mad over them Nolan niggas. Y'all know who them Nolan niggas is, them New Orleans niggas. I'm gonna leave it at that. Because I ain't gonna
Wow.
put that man business out like that.
Uh-oh.
Oh baby. Mm-mm-mm.
Oh,
This special report.
oh, Gene
Paying
Deal.
someone else's
He
tax.
is. Oh my God, Gene Deal. He knows. He got the whole tea on Misa. Misa does not want to tee Gene Deal off anymore. I bet you that'd be the last time, if she's smart, the last time that she would say anything to Gene Deal in reference to who her baby daddy is, or saying anything that Gene's like, telling all her business. I mean, her business was all in the streets. If Jean Deal knew what she was doing, everybody else knew what she was doing too. Because y'all know them streets be talking. Especially if you're a woman getting your cheeks clapped by all these different men. All these men is going to be talking. Oh yeah, I didn't had her last. Oh yeah, I didn't have her last night. Nobody's gonna be silent. These men are. These men be talking crazy. But y'all, let's go over here and see what 50 Cent has to say because he is coming out with a part two to this documentary. Who do y'all think is going to be in part two of this documentary? I don't know who will be a part. Usher, maybe. I don't know. But y'all, let's continue and let's see what 50 Cent is saying about this part two. Hold on just a second, y'all. Let me get it queued up. But y'all, this is crazy. I'm telling you, Gene Deal.
I want to
Uh oh.
congratulate you, 50. I want to
Hold on,
congratulate you
y'all.
and your docu.
Hold on, y'all. Gene Deal is hotter than fish grease. That was hilarious. But y'all, oh, oh, Juan said Jay Z. Rizzler says Ray J. Terrence. Oh yeah, Terrence Howard. Oh yeah, it's gonna be a lot of people. Michael Miller says she was an industry 304. Yes, she was. Michael, don't even know. Allegedly know who her baby daddy is. G. Jill says she was getting it from the back side, the front side, swinging from the fans, getting it from there. She was getting it from all over the place and trying to throw him under the bus as to why Gene Deal is talking about who her baby daddy is or ain't. But y'all, let's continue. Let's see what 50 Cent has to say because he is making a part two of this documentary. So y'all smash the like button and y'all let's go ahead and get into it.
I want to congratulate you, 50. I want to congratulate you on your docuseries, Sean Combs, The Reckoning. It's #1 on Netflix. Like, it's been #1 on Netflix. Did you actually expect it to be as big as it got?
I
As it
expected
is?
it to be bigger. It's
Yeah.
actually exceeded my expectations now.
Wow.
Stranger Things is a huge show, and it's outperforming Stranger Things on Netflix.
It's outperforming everything on Netflix. You know, looking at this, I think you should start a private investigation firm. I'll be your first client. Just fit to find out everything. Now, because this is a lot of the personal footage of Diddy. It shocked a lot of people. And I know, 50, the way you run, this cannot be all that you have. Is there other stuff that you just have not shown?
Yeah, well, everything couldn't make the. There's only was 4 episodes,
Right.
so it was a lot. You had to pick and choose things. Like even in like an area where he chooses to date people who he knows pretty.
50 Cent is saying that he has so much coverage that basically he's going to have to make a documentary, The Reckoning Part 2 on Diddy. He said he got all kind of juice, all kind of tea, I mean, he got everything that he needs to make another two. Do you think it's gonna run into a #3 or #4? Possibly so, because Diddy was in the industry destroying people's lives, doing all kind of craziness for the past 20, 30 years. So I can imagine all the people that maybe didn't even come forward in the trial, but people who like Chef Jordan, people that were probably like his right hand man, per se. There's a lot of people. Remember, what's the guy with the rainbow? What is his name? The one that was the umbrella. I mean, the one Farnsworth Bentley, all of them. But Farnsworth Bentley, I don't think he wants to do anything. I don't think he wants to have anything to do with Diddy because it seemed like he went in hiding. Because from what I understand, they were saying that Farnsworth Bentley was trying to steal stuff too. It comes to a thought of mine that this was one thing that they were trying to do was blame a lot of people for stealing stuff, it seems like. I mean, this is just my opinion because they had Capricorn Clark stealing jewelry, I believe it was. Remember, he held her hostage for like a week or whatever she said. Then it was Chef Jordan. I remember it being said that Diddy was blaming her for stealing some kind of jewelry or a watch or something. And then something with Farnsworth Bentley. And y'all, if y'all know what I'm saying about these them people being accused of things, let me know. Put a one in the chat because I was like, this is kind of crazy how he was doing this and trying to accuse them of stealing these things like the jewelry and stuff like that. It was just crazy to me because I'm like, Diddy is he got money, he got a lot of money, but like I said, Diddy didn't want to pay people. Was he trying to steal these people like the jewelry, the jeweler's jewelry? Was he trying to take it and probably sell it and make money off of it? Because it seemed like he was just like he was petty when it came to money, when it came to paying people. Diddy was very petty about that. But y'all, let's continue.
Basically dated someone. He has a baby by a woman that was dating Tupac.
Wow.
Wow. Did y'all know about that? Diddy had a baby that was from a girl who was dating Tupac? Put a one in the chat if y'all knew about that. I didn't know about that. See, and Diddy, his thing is he didn't want remember when he was getting mad at Kid Cudi because Kid Cudi was talking to Cassie, but he don't want nobody to be talking to his girls. But it's okay for him to go and start hijacking girls from they man in the same pretty much group that they were dealt with. Like you got this dude, oh, you know him, oh, he's coming hanging out, and then next thing you know, you trying to clap his girl's cheeks. It was just crazy stuff that was going on in this time frame that Diddy had in what 20, 30 years. There was a lot of craziness going on. But y'all, let's continue because I didn't know he had a baby from one of the two girls that Tupac used to date. But y'all, let me say something. Like I always been saying, these girls that are in that lifestyle, that's all they do. They are there to be really, little Jezebels. It's like, they got this one, puff, puff, pass. But it is what it is. People are in that lifestyle, they like it. I love it. But I mean, I just think it's really disgusting for them to be like in a group of people doing the same things, just like all of them sleeping with each other, doing all kind of nasty stuff. They don't know who they pregnant by, just all kind of crazy stuff. But y'all, let's continue listening to 50 because I did not know that Diddy had a baby with one of Tupac's girlfriends or ex-girlfriends.
Add to it, but we had to cut it down so it
For
could.
time. So are you coming out? I know next year is going to be a number 2. Season 2?
I just put it on YouTube.
I just went on YouTube.
Oh, 50.
Well, we can subscribe and get it. I love it. And you know, with everything that was out and all of these people that were coming forward, have there been any like new tips that you've gotten since it has been released?
Well, yeah, everyone starts to feel a little more comfortable when they see other people telling their truth about it.
Yeah. So
And that is true because y'all know when one person comes forward, that gives other people the courage to come forward to tell their story. Because I think for 20 or 30 years, Diddy ran into a lot of people. He has done a lot of people dirty. A lot of people to the fact where I'm thinking that they don't even want to come out. They've been victimized so bad from Diddy, they do not want to come out. But y'all, this is maybe the start of something new too. Because when Cassie came out, you know, a lot of other people were coming out. A lot of those stories and lawsuits that were coming out, even with Tony Busby, all of that stuff to me, a lot of it was fake. It was just for clout or whatever it was. I don't know. But there are real true victims. And I do believe Cassie is a victim up to a certain extent because, like I said, Cassie, she was also with the smoke at a young age because when she got with Diddy, she was with another guy. I can't remember his name right now, but he was already, she was like 18 or 19. And this guy, he was like, what, 30, I think it was. So this situation, these girls are with the smoke. They are with the smoke. If they are willing to do anything, are they willing to drop their drawers, get their cheeks clapped, do a little something strange for a piece of change? Then that's the type of lifestyle they're in, and these are the things that come behind it. I'm not saying what Diddy did was right, or any of these men laying hands and being abusive is totally disgusting, and I don't ever agree with anybody putting hands on nobody. But when you're in that lifestyle and these men got money, they're trying to control you with their money. They're trying to, be narcissistic, tell you what to do, talk to you like you're, sugar, honey, iced tea on the bottom of their shoes. This is what comes with that territory. But y'all, let's continue listening to 50.
yeah, it's got to be something on YouTube coming. I know. But you know, looking at the docu series, and I just remember back in the day, 50, like rappers, if there was any beefs, they would have like diss tracks.
Yeah.
It would be the diss tracks. Now it's just like a docu series. So I feel like if I'm the one getting older, it's a docu series. So like, who I want to congratulate you, 50. I want to congratulate you on your docu series, Sean Combs, The Reckoning. It's number 1 on Netflix. Yeah. Like it's been number 1 on Netflix. Did you actually expect it to be as big as it got?
I expected it to be bigger. It's actually exceeding my expectations now.
Wow.
Stranger Things is a huge show and it's outperforming.
Wait, have y'all heard of Stranger Things? Baby, have you heard of Stranger Things? It's on Netflix?
Yeah, that's one of his joints. That's like a big series.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't watch TV that much, so I don't know nothing about no series and all that stuff. Oh, okay. So Jamil said that it was a
It's on Netflix. It's a big huge series, like, and that
oh
took off past that, and everybody's watching
the
Stranger
Diddy.
Things. Stranger
I mean
Things
Stranger Things, but now they jumped on the Diddy, and that
that
surpassed.
took over everything.
Wow, y'all smash the like button. We got over 800 people in the building. Smash the like button. Thanks for coming to support my channel. We trying to get to 50,000 subscribers, at least by maybe January, y'all. We gonna work hard. We gonna work hard to get there. But y'all smash the like button, y'all. Let's continue listening to 50.
Stranger Things on Netflix.
It's outperforming everything on Netflix. You know, looking at this, I think you should start a private investigation firm. I'll be your first client. Just 50 find out everything. Now, because this is a lot of the personal footage of Diddy. It shocked a lot of people. And I know, 50, the way you run, this cannot be all that you have. Is there other stuff that you just have not shown?
Yeah, well, everything couldn't make the. It was 4 episodes.
Right.
So it was a lot. You had to pick and choose things. Like even in an area where he chooses to date people who he knows previously dated someone. He has a baby by a woman that was dating Tupac.
Wow.
To add to it, but we had to cut it down so it could.
I'm not really shocked like it's say kind of shocked, but not shocked because this is what they were doing. They were like, I mean, I don't know, the swinger life or whatever. I don't know. They were seems like they were all so intertwined with each other. Like okay, this week you got Mary, you got Joe, Jane. Okay, you got this person, you got this person, and they were just sleeping with people like within this like to me like this big group. I don't know. This is what it sounds like to me. Like they were just in the same, running around the same group of people, and they were just like switching and swapping partners. I mean, it sounds crazy to me, but this is what it is. But y'all, let's continue.
Fine. So are you coming out? I know next year is going to be a number 2. Season 2?
I just put it on YouTube.
I just put it on YouTube.
Oh, snap.
Well, we can subscribe and get it. I love it. And with everything that was out and all of these people that were coming forward, have there been any like new tips that you've gotten since it has been released?
Well, yeah, everyone starts to feel a little more comfortable when they see other people telling their truth about it.
Yeah. So yeah, it's got to be something on YouTube coming. Yeah. No. But looking at the docuseries.
Oh yes, loving myself. I don't loving myself. Hold on, because you're supposed to be. Hold on, just a second, because you're supposed to be my moderator. I don't know what happened. Loving myself, but I added you as a mod. Okay, let's continue. Let's continue.
And I just remember back in the day, 50, like rappers, if there was any beefs, they would have like diss tracks.
Yeah.
It would be the diss tracks. Now it's just like a docu-series. So I feel like if I'm getting older, it's a docu-series. So like if you have a beef, who's going to be the next docu-series about?
I don't think that's a good business plan to kind of go after each.
Wait a minute, Sherry. Hold up, swole up. Sherry, did you see that 50 Cent put Jay-Z on his post on Instagram the other day? Is he trying to let us know that Jay-Z is next? This is what they are saying. They said Jay-Z's next on the chopping block. Put a one in the chat if you guys heard that. Did you guys hear that Jay-Z is next on the chopping block? This is what they're saying. I mean, I don't know, because y'all know they are saying, and I don't follow Jay-Z and Beyonce because I don't like them. I don't care for them. But what they're saying is that they are next on the chopping block. Loving Myself says, oop, crazy. RZA says, oh, I hope. Loving Myself says, exactly. Yeah, this is what they're saying. But I don't know, y'all, because 50 Cent, y'all know he be on Troll Patrol. He'll set the fire real quick, and don't do like Diddy. Y'all out there, y'all Hollywood moguls, y'all don't pay y'all videographers. 50 Cent, he has the bag. So if y'all don't want y'all business on Front Street and on a documentary, y'all better pay y'all videographer, because 50 Cent, he got the bag and he will buy it and put a documentary on y'all's badonka. But y'all, let's continue.
Okay.
Person specific. This one, the timing was, I knew what it was going to turn into.
Yeah.
And he refused to file bankruptcy.
He refused to file bankruptcy.
Well, yeah, because just his ego.
Mm.
I would have filed bankruptcy immediately. I don't mind bankruptcy.
Oh, you?
I'm not going to pay.
Wow.
I'll file in Chapter 11 so fast, your head's going to spin. I'll be back. You go, what happened? No, I'm just not going to pay.
Family, whether it's Facebook.
Did y'all hear what 50 Cent said? 50 Cent said he will file a Chapter 11 bankruptcy quick, fast, and in a hurry. He said he is not paying for nothing. None of his dollar bills is not going towards no lawyers, and they ain't about to be cashing out off of his dollar. But y'all, let's continue to go and see what else we found out. Because y'all, this situation right here with Keefee D, they are saying that Diddy paid Keefee D's nephew and the group of people, whoever it was, with the person, money to get rid of Tupac. If y'all know what I mean, to unalive him. But now Keefee D is the only one alive out of those 4 people that was in the car at the time of the powing for Tupac. But y'all, let's see what Keefee D says, because it seems like after this situation, the money wasn't delivered, and Diddy, he was trying to avoid Keefee D because Keefee D is the last one standing. And this is why Keefee D is in jail now. and he's being held responsible for the dealings with Tupac. But y'all, let's go ahead and play this little clip right here and see what Keefee D. Oh, let me bring it in. See what Keefee D has to say. Y'all, he is telling and snitching and basically saying, and this right here is on my channel, but it's from 50 Cent's page. I got it from 50 Cent and just uploaded it, and this is what it says. It says, hold on, it says Keefee D speaks about Diddy ignoring him after a certain job was done. So Keefee D was ignoring him, but y'all, let's listen to Keefee D and saying what had happened. What had happened was, y'all, let's see what Keefee D has to say about Diddy. Let's check it out.
I'm complaining about you. He ain't. I heard one of my homies from 30. I heard he get every quarter he gets clothes, all this shit. Then he gave his other dudes a brand new fucking Benzo or Maybach, another piece of the record company. God damn, homie. I was on top of the world till I met your motherfucker, dude. Shit is
Wow, we have almost 1,000 people in the building. Y'all smash the like button. Let's get over 700 likes in the building. Keefy D is telling us what is going on. That Diddy, y'all know Diddy, he don't like, he is not the paymaster. When it comes to things, you know, you got a paymaster, the ones that like to pay. Diddy is the non-paymaster because he did not want to pay Keefy D for the dealings that he had with him. He didn't want to pay up. But y'all, let's listen to what Keefy D says. It's crazy how Diddy did him after Diddy basically used them.
wrong, dude. Come on, homie. I need something. So throw a dog a bone or something. Shit up there talking about you, Daddy Love. Show us some love, Mr. Love. I be watching you, dude. Damn, you ain't said shit or keep you here or nothing. You just you walk around me like I'm some shit on the ground or something. God damn, dog. You can get in contact with me, man. There's ways around that shit, dude. What the man? You know what I'm saying? There's ways around that, homie. Throw my kids something. Throw somebody kids something. God damn. Daddy love you complaining about you. I'm complaining about you. He ain't. I heard one of my homies from 30. I heard he get every quarter he gets clothes, all this shit. Then he gave his other dudes a brand new Benzo or Maybach, another piece of the record company. God damn, homie. I was on top of the world till I met your motherfucker, dude. Shit is wrong, dude. Come on.
Wow. And this is how Keefy D's feeling now. I don't know if this is one of the videos that got Keefy D locked up because he's over here dry snitching. I believe this is probably one of the videos that they got because y'all remember about 2 years ago, Keefy D's been locked up for about 2 or 3 years. I can't recall. Put in the chat how long he's been. Hey, Human Nature. Put in the chat how long Keefy D. I think it was 2 years. I want to say it's been 2 years. Sounds about right. When I remember they went to his house in Vegas and Keefy D's house, and then they like was the what's it called, do like a raid at nighttime, and they were telling Keefy D come out and stuff like that, and then they got him, and he's been in jail locked up ever since. So this is crazy, but Diddy did these people wrong. He used these people, and y'all know they are saying that the check was supposed to be. I think that even Gene Deal was talking. Wasn't that Gene Deal was talking about that check? Yeah, Gene Deal was even talking about the check that something with the check. But y'all, let's listen again to what Keefy D was saying because Diddy did them wrong. It's a lot of craziness going on. But Diddy basically used and abused them. So let's continue. And he didn't want to pay.
Come on, homie. I need something. So throw a dog a bone or something. Shit up there talking about you, Daddy Love. Show us some love, Mr. Love. I be watching you, dude. Damn, you ain't said shit or keep you here or nothing. You just you walk around me like I'm some shit on the ground or something. God damn, dog. You can get
Wow.
in contact with me, man. There's ways around that shit, dude. What the man? You know,
And you know what's crazy too? Yeah, human nature. Danielle says, I think 2 years. Yeah, I think it's about 2 years, Danielle. That sounds about right. Human nature says, yep, he used these those people and then did them wrong. He did. he used them and chewed them up and spit them out. Hey, Miss Chicago, how are you? Welcome in, y'all. And another thing too. Guess what? Diddy was using Keefee D's cars for some of his videos. When I say Diddy was diabolical. He was using these people, chewing them up and spitting them out, and then didn't want to talk to them no more. Like Keefy D said, he was ignoring him. And then Keefy D's like, hold on now, we did a mission for you, and now you don't want to pay up. You can look, like Keefy D said, you could throw a dog a bone, give me some money from a kick. He was saying, you are ignoring me when I'm over here and I did something for you, knowing what he did for him, and then you acting like you don't know me no more. I mean, that's crazy. Press says stop kicking people where they are down. Um, Rizzler says, I have never seen a zesty being cheap. Yeah, I know, right? Diddy was a lot of zesty. I think he really likes men, to tell you the truth. I really think that Diddy, he likes men, but he doesn't want to come out the closet because, he's a mogul and he think that, I think that he feels that people will really turn against him, I guess, per se, because people are not expecting him to. He probably feels people are not expecting him to come out and say that he is a gay man, a bisexual man, or whatever. He always try, I feel, to keep that, of course, in the closet. Y'all know 50 Cent was trolling. 50 Cent was like, Diddy, he's supposed to be in the closet, but he's all in the hallways. Y'all know Diddy. I mean, 50 Cent be on troll patrol. But y'all, let me cue up the next video. Y'all, I'm telling you, this is crazy. This 50 Cent, y'all, 50 Cent, when I say he put this thing together, he put it together. But y'all, let me see. And then also Ray J. Ray J. Marlon Wayans. Marlon Wayans went and found a picture of 50 Cent in the tub with Diddy. And then here comes 50 Cent. He comes back and then he shows two pictures of Marlon Wayans in the bathtub with some like the rainbow colors, and then they're like balls, and they were like the rainbow colors, and then oh, okay. Rizla said it was AI, and then with the umbrella, that was a rainbow. And when I say, hey, Press Valentine says salute to you too, Press Valentine. Um, when I say these pictures that's going back and forth with them is crazy, I'm sitting here dying laughing. I get a good old laugh off of 50 Cent, because y'all know 50 Cent, he be on troll patrol. Do not, I'm telling you, Marlon does not want to smoke. Ray J does not want the smoke. Ja Rule does not want the smoke. I mean, Ja Rule should have learned a lesson a long time ago. Because when Ja Rule was out, he was hot and popping. The streets was hot with Ja Rule. And then 50 Cent came out. Because remember, Diddy and all them, their little group, they was trying to be like, no, you 50 Cent, we can't sign you. We ain't about to do nothing for you. But Diddy was even using him. Pretty much, right, baby? He was writing for him and stuff. 50 Cent
Yeah.
was writing for him, and Diddy still was telling him, no, I'm not helping you, this, that, and the third. And then guess who came along? Eminem came out of the woodworks, and then he scooped him up and said, okay, we about to go out here and make this music, make these streets rock. And then that's when the 50 Cent, he put the night lights out on Ja Rule's career. So Ja Rule, you better go sit down and have a seat. I think you've been smoked by 50 Cent for the last 20 or 30 years or however long. You need to go and have a seat and get quiet like them streets was quiet with your records back in the day. But y'all, let's continue, because I'm telling you, 50 Cent is on troll patrol. But y'all, let's play this clip right here.
If you think your child may have autism, it's important to act quickly at Action Behavior Centers if you want to reduce barriers to
aka 50 Cent, whose irrational fixation on destroying Mr. Combs' reputation is a matter of public record.
Hold on.
They brought up use of personal videos.
Hold up.
And Sean Combs' The Reckoning is now the #1 TV series on Netflix. The docuseries takes an inside look at Combs' rise to fame and the allegations that led to his fall. It's also raising questions about Diddy's role in pop culture and new serious allegations about his alleged connection to the death of rappers Tupac and Notorious B.I.G. Combs' attorneys filed a cease and desist last week, saying the documentary, quote, was conceived and produced by Curtis James Jackson, aka 50 Cent, whose irrational fixation on destroying Mr. Combs' reputation is a matter of public record. They brought up use of personal videos from Combs in the docuseries and claim in or about 2023, CEO Ted Sarandos proposed that Netflix produce a documentary about Mr. Combs, but Mr. Combs rejected the proposal when Mr. Sarandos insisted he give up creative control. Now, a Netflix spokesperson says the project has no ties to any past conversations between Sean Combs and Netflix. It's not a hit piece or an act of retribution. And Netflix says 50 Cent had no creative control over the project. ABC's legal contributor Brian Buckmeyer is here with more on that, along with Justin Tinsley, senior culture writer at Anscape and author of It Was All a Dream, Biggie and the World That Made Him. Hi to both of you. So, Justin, one of the most searched topics on this documentary is about Combs' relationship with 50 Cent, right? And all these interviews are making the rounds of 50 Cent looking so happy talking about this movie now, or this series, I should say. So walk us through the history there. Their beef in the past and where things stand now.
This goes back almost 20 years. I encourage everyone to go back and listen to 50's 2006 track. It's called The Bomb. And it's a direct diss to Diddy. He calls him out by name. There's obviously a business fallout here, but it's clear that 50 doesn't respect Diddy at all. He's mentioned a story about Diddy inviting him to take him shopping, but these are guys who have operated at the highest level of the music industry, which we know at times can be a very, very predatory industry. So in 50's eyes, whether you agree or disagree, it's his way of calling this out. But in a recent interview with US Weekly, he said that he's not afraid of possible repercussions from Diddy, and he's willing to meet aggression with aggression. So he stands by the reporting in this documentary.
Brian, you weren't involved in making this docuseries, but we do actually hear your voice in some clips.
Oh, wait a minute. Okay, me and my baby, we went to the Diddy trial and we actually seen him there. He was one of the reporters in the courtroom with us. So I didn't know. Did you know that, baby? He was a part of the documentary? I didn't know that. Okay, I didn't know that. But y'all, let's listen to this and see what he has to say about this documentary.
So what's your take on this? The arguments that Diddy's team is now making for this cease and desist, and what Netflix's side is saying.
Yeah, so within the cease and desist, which is basically just a precursor to a potential lawsuit that can come down in the future, they're accusing 50 Cent and Netflix of a number of things: harassment, defamation, and also violations of NDAs, non-disclosure agreements. Now, when it comes to harassment and defamation, there could be a lawsuit that follows after this. The best defense against defamation is the truth. Does Sean Combs want to get into a battle in the courts with 50 Cent as to what is and isn't the truth? I don't think so. But the NDAs is an interesting aspect, but I don't think it affects Netflix and 50 Cent as much as the people who gave up some of these very incriminating and very intimate videos. But if they weren't paid, they may not have to abide by those NDAs.
Oh, I remember too. What's his name? Hold on just a second. The bodyguard, one of the old ex bodyguard. What's his name, baby?
Roger.
Yeah, Roger Barnes. Yeah, Roger Barnes. He said a lot too. When it comes to when he worked for Diddy back in the day. But y'all, let's continue.
It affects Netflix and 50 Cent as much as the people who gave up some of these very incriminating and very intimate videos. But if they weren't paid, they may not have to abide by those NDAs.
In the docuseries, we also hear Keefee D, who's charged in Tupac's murder right now, alleging that Diddy set it up, essentially. His lawyers say he vehemently denies that he has denied it in the past, that he denies it again, and they're saying that this has been thoroughly debunked. Do they face any legal hurdles here in terms of putting that allegation out there, and could it lead to more investigating?
I don't think they face any legal hurdles. These are people who are telling their side of the story. You hear recordings from Keefee D in a proffer agreement. So this is him speaking to law enforcement, giving his side of the story. Now, I believe after that, Keefee D said that he was under duress when he gave that proffer. So anything he says is not true. Where we stand with that today, only Keefee D will know. He's got a trial coming up February of next year. But in terms of more investigation, yeah, maybe. But I think Justin will tell you better than I can in terms of a lot of people surrounding the shooting of Tupac Shakur have already died. And so to reinvestigate this case may be difficult in terms of getting people on the record to actually say, yes, there was this kind of outwardly spoken, go get them, an offer of $1 million, only paying half, supposedly getting some elsewhere. Who can tell the story now today? No one knows, but sure. Can we look at it again after this? Possibly.
Justin, this also paints a different picture of Biggie and Tupac's relationship. Combs' legal team didn't give us any comment on that, but from your research, what role did Diddy play in their friendship turning into a rivalry?
Well, first and foremost, Biggie and Tupac, before the 1994 Quad Studio shootings, where Tupac was shot 5 times, Tupac and Biggie were very, very close, very, very close. Like Biggie opened for Tupac at his concerts. They have interviews together, so they were very close. I won't say they were best friends, but they were very close in terms of when Tupac was in New York filming Above the Rim. He was always in Bed-Stuy on Fulton Street, hanging out with Biggie Smalls, Lil C's, and that whole Brooklyn crew. But Tupac once told Biggie, he was like, look, if you want to be a star, you should sign with Puffy. You should sign with Bad Boy because he will make you a star, because he understood what Puffy had meant to the careers of people like Jodeci and Mary J. Blige. So he understood that. But if you listen to Tupac in his old interviews, I don't know if he ever really trusted Diddy. I don't know if he trusted his personal endeavors or his personal intentions. So once that 1994 shooting happened at Quad Studios, you hear Tupac speak about his distrust, not just of Biggie Smalls, but really of Sean Combs and Bad Boy. So I can't really say what his definitive role in their fallout is, but I know that once November 1994 happened, that there was no trust and there was no love and there was no reconciliation between Tupac and Sean Combs.
All right, Brian Buckmeyer, Justin Tinsley, thank you.
Wow. Yeah. So yeah, that situation, I'm telling you, this whole situation has been crazy, crazy, crazy. But y'all, I'm not gonna keep y'all. I'm gonna keep you guys informed and in the loop with what goes on because y'all, this documentary, like I said, uh, 50 Cent got the whole internet on fire. I'm telling you, all kind of memes going around. I mean, I had a meme. I put check my videos, I mean my shorts out, but check my videos out, check my other shorts out because some of these memes I'll grab them and put them on my shorts. They are funny. There one I just put up like maybe an hour or two ago with with Diddy. He has a baby oil like look like onesie on, I don't know, and then like a little angel uh wings, and then he's standing, and then he backs up, and then he goes into like he's going to heaven, but it has Johnson's baby oil on his on his shirt, and then there you go, 50 Cent. He's recording him as he goes up to, like, I call it baby oil heaven. But y'all, I'm telling you, this is getting crazy. It's getting wild. Me and my baby, we went to the trial. We were in the courtroom with Diddy. We sat like maybe 2 or 3 rows behind Janice, his mother, and then a couple of rows in front of her was Diddy. So he was literally right in front of us. But y'all, this is getting crazy. Bronze put a 1. Loving Myself says, yes, Miss Janice loves the blonde wigs and cigarettes. And y'all, hold on, y'all. Check this out. I did, let me, hold on. Let me go to this. I did a short, and it's funny. It is hilarious. Y'all know me and my baby Jamil, we like to play, right? We like to play and cut up. So I did a short. We did a short, and y'all, it's hilarious. Now, I don't smoke in real life. I do not, but I was like, puffing on this cigarette. It was funny. But y'all, check out this short, y'all. This is Janice. Uh-oh. This is Janice, Diddy's mom. This is Janice Combs, Diddy's mom, smoking on a 50 pack, y'all.
Do you know what beef is? Ask yourself. Do you know what beef is?
ha 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 ha. Check out this bazaar. Rapper style used by me. The B.I.G. I put my key, you put your key in. Money will be
Oh yeah,
singing.
I love
We'll
it
be the
myself.
fucking stealing. Check it. My calico been caught. This rap outfit Hitchcock drop top notch. Player hating won't stop. This instant. Rappers too persistent. Quick to spit. Biggie name on shit. Make my name taste like ass when you speak it. See me in the streets, your jewelry. We have no defense. We ain't going
Michael
nowhere.
Miller Senior Racy says her party, yes, party people wig. Tracy.
Check out this bazaar. Rapper style used by me. The B.I.G. I put my key, you put your key in. Money will be singing. We'll reach the fucking ceiling. Check it. My calico been caught. This rap outfit Hitchcock drop top notch. Player hating won't stop.
But y'all know, I mean, we be cutting up. Me and my baby be laughing, cutting up, baby. We be cutting up, having a good time. But y'all, oh my God, Chris is laughing. Y'all, it's hilarious. Go check out my shorts, y'all. We cutting up, having a good time. We is cutting up, Danielle laughing, Rizzo laughing, all y'all laughing. Yes, it is hilarious, y'all. Go check out because I have another shorts on there where Diddy, is going around with, people wearing white and dancing and saying that Diddy is, this how Diddy was after he buried Biggie. I'm telling you, it's all over TikTok, it's all over YouTube, it's all over probably Instagram too, where people are dancing in white doing the every time the missing you, I'm missing you song, right, baby? I'm missing you song with Diddy. So they're dancing saying this is how Diddy was celebrating after he buried his best friend Biggie. But y'all check it out. But y'all, it's a lot going on, a lot going on. But I'm not gonna keep y'all. Thank you guys for coming in, stopping in. Thank you guys for the gifts. Thank you for hitting the likes. But y'all, lead with love, peace, and tranquility. Thank you guys for stopping by. Y'all have a good night. And y'all, I'm going to start going live again, at my nightly times now that things are a little better for me. But y'all, I'll let you guys know whenever I do go live. Whenever I do go live, I'll let you know, of course, by putting it in the in my post. So check my post because I'll put it in there before I go live. But thank you. Have a good night, and y'all, we'll see you in the next live. Good night.